such things as coincidences, whether or not it's a conspiracy theory or whatever it is. However this time of life came to be, it's like anything else. You can't control it. So the only power you have is to be able to embrace it and make it the best opportunity for yourself. If you saw my post yesterday, it was about that very same thing. You don't have a choice in what's going on. You have to sit still. So why not make the best of it? We always talk about what we don't have time to do. Oh, I wish I had time to do this. And if you have children, most of your kids spend most of the day away from you because they're in school and you're at work. By the time you get home, all you have time to do is maybe some homework, if you even help them with homework, eat dinner, if y'all even still eat dinner together, and then go to bed. So how much time is there really for connection with the relationships in your family, whether it's your children or if you have a spouse, whether they live with you and y'all are just dating? Whatever the thing is, we often say we don't have enough time for. Well, guess what? The universe made time for all of those things that you said you don't have time for. So just focus on that. Yes, this sucks, but the universe also has a way of sitting you down when you need to sit down. And so now you have time to work on your character that might be impeding your growth. You have time to work on your weight management or nutrition that might be impeding your health. You have so much time now to develop yourself. And when the world starts back up, you will hopefully be in a better space and not have lost ground and not did anything productive with this time. I mean, that would suck that you had 2 whole weeks of not having to worry about anything other than yourself, and you did nothing to improve yourself. So I like restorative yoga. It really is a great way to help you find your way into a growth mindset, because your body will respond to your thinking, and we want to learn how to separate our thinking from what happens in us physically. So restorative yoga is a great way to do that, because if you get too caught up in your head, you'll feel your muscles tense up as you dive deeper into your thought. So restorative yoga poses are a great way to help you focus on thinking without internalizing it into your body, because when you internalize your thoughts, all types of other things can happen. That's how migraines happen. That's how gastric situations happen, because you've internalized all your stress, and now you got GERDs and IBS and chronic constipation because you're constantly internalizing all your thoughts. So restorative yoga is a great way to help you process your thoughts and keep your body from reacting, because your body doesn't know how to process thoughts. It has 3 things: fight, freeze, or flight. That's all it got. So it doesn't know how to process your heartache. It doesn't know how to process you wanting a new job. All it knows how to do is freeze up, fight, or flee away. And you want to separate those 2 things. And you can learn how to connect that mind-body so that you're not walking around with your shoulders up, stressed about whatever. And you can be stressed in your head, keep it out your body so that your body doesn't feed that stress back to your head, and now you got migraines. So I like restorative yoga to help me process my thoughts. It doesn't even have to be something serious. It could be, well, let's just start. So I'm sitting on my couch cushion. It does not take a whole and submit. Yes, submit. Submission is good. It's a safe place of vulnerability. I love submitting. That is exactly what you have to do in restorative yoga, is submit to those poses. So I'm going to give whoever's watching a second, or whoever's going to watch later, if you have yoga blocks, you don't need a yoga block, but if you have them, grab them. I'm actually not going to use my yoga block. I grabbed my cushion off the couch, and that's what I'm going to use to help me with my restorative yoga after we do a little breathing exercise to help you get the energy flowing and get you out of your head. Maybe your surroundings are a little chaotic around you. Teach you how to take your surroundings and turn it into white noise so that you can continue on your yoga practice or meditation without it being a distraction. Even a good distraction is still a distraction, so be careful for those as well. Let's all just take a nice deep breath in to bring you into whatever space you're in. What you're gonna concentrate on, it doesn't have to be anything deep if you don't wanna dive that deep, because this is a very short session. I think I'm only about 20, 25, maybe 30 minutes max into this. So we're just to give you the tools. So find something that you want to do. Maybe if you wanna use it to undo a hurt, how you do that is you think about all of the things that happened on that journey that hurt you. What could have happened differently, or what did you need to happen differently in order for you to have a healing? So that's what you're going to imagine happen, so that you can get that healing, because you can't wait around for somebody else to deliver to you what you need. So it is important to learn how to heal yourself while you wait on that apology, or while you wait on that new job, or while you wait on whatever the thing is you need. You have to know how to give it to yourself. So you use guided meditation in this way. Replay the whole scenario and change everything that you think needs to be changed in order for you to have reached where you want to be. So in order to clear your heartache, in order to get to that new job, in order to afford the vacation, go back through the same scenario and replot it out how you think it needed to happen in order for you to find that peace or that change that you need. Again, you can go as deep as you want. It can be something as simple as, oh my God, I've been trying to figure out what to do with my hair. Like, it can be whatever you want to happen. It's all the same steps. Starts in your head, starts with imagination and desire. And if you're having problems with motivation in your life, maybe there's things that you've been wanting to do. I've been getting a lot of people having problems with motivation. The first thing you have to figure out is what's demotivating you. You're not going to find motivation until you figure out what is demotivating you. I don't know if it's a word, but you know what I'm saying. What demotivates you? What is holding you back? What is stopping you from propelling yourself forward, even though you want to do a thing? All right, so these are things you can think about while you're in your restorative poses. And you want to pay attention that your body stays soft and supple and submissive to whatever the movement is while you are processing these thoughts. Now, we're going to bring ourselves again into our space, wherever your space is. And during this body scan, we're not going to go deep. It's just obviously we're going to do a head roll, shoulder roll, and just this little kundalini breath right here, where you want to keep yourself nice and flowy and relaxed. And during that time is when you're bringing yourself into the space, which means listening for all the things around you so that you can turn them to white noise. You know the truck is going to go past you. I live on the corner, so I hear traffic all the time. So I'm taking in the traffic so that I no longer hear the traffic. I'm taking in my niece who is visiting, so I no longer hear my niece. I know all of that is happening so that I can set a standard for my practice and block all those noises out and turn them into white noise, and they don't become distractions. And that's what you're going to do during the body scan part. And then during the restorative part, start thinking about your change or your growth that you need and rewrite the story. All right, you're going to envision every single step and just rewrite your story so that when you get to the end, you can see the end that you want. If you write your story and it still doesn't happen, start over. What part of that story didn't work? Start over and reimagine what it is you need, because your body really don't know the difference. If you believe it, your body believes it. So rewrite that story, okay? So let's all take a nice deep breath in. And really exhale. Children scream because it feels good. Take a nice deep breath in. And if you're able, sigh it out. Let your vocal cords rattle. Let your belly fill up with air. Push it all out. I know, sounds crazy. I feel crazy in my living room, but that's good. That's good stuff. You need to feel uncomfortable, as cliche as it sounds, to reach your growth. This should be your safe space. Wherever you are should be a safe space where you can do whatever you want. So you have to create that space for yourself. So take another nice deep breath and really sigh it all out. And on that next one, just find yourself a head roll. Find your own natural breath. And this is where you want to start processing what it is that you want to think about. You want to think about your stage fright. If you're going to be part of the She-Wolf production coming up, you want to think about your children and how to better your relationship. Obviously, I'm a mom. I keep talking about kids. You want to think about your job. Do you like your job, or do you not like where you're doing your job at? What is it really? Okay, this is where you're going to start breaking down what it is you're going to think about as you go into your restorative poses. Remember to exhale, because if you hold your breath, your muscles are holding, and holding your breath also sends off that fight, flight, or freeze in your nervous system. So breathing is important, because as soon as your brain realizes you're not breathing, it starts to freak out. So breathe. Next time you find your chin to your chest, go ahead and take that in the other direction. Keep your shoulders down. Start paying attention to your mind-body connection. Your shoulders don't need to hunch up to roll your head in a circle. Just take your time and make nice circles, filling the base of your neck down at the collar. All right, you don't want to feel any crunching in your actual cervical spine. And the next time you find your chin to your chest, go ahead and bring your head back to neutral and give yourself some nice shoulder rolls. And when you roll those shoulders back, really feel your body. Pinch those shoulder blades together and let them massage all that tension out of your upper back. Bring those shoulders all the way to the front as if you could actually touch the two corners together. All right, energetically, pull them up, push them back past your ears, use your shoulder blades. And if you feel an undulation in your chest, that's cool, because if you're really getting back in there, your chest should lift up, your heart should lift up, so that you can really get back in and underneath those shoulder blades. And that's just really about not over-controlling stuff. All I want to do is roll my shoulders back and get that massage, and that's working. So if all of this other stuff helps it work and it's not hindering my process, let it do what it do. Because you might find a way to use that as well. Okay? So go ahead and let the shoulders roll back, let the chest undulate, so you can roll those shoulder blades all the way down your spine. Keep your arms relaxed. Don't worry about them sliding around. Just don't do this. All right, keep your face relaxed and roll those shoulders back and around. And the next time those shoulders roll down, raise those hands up into your nice upward salute. If you're seated, you should be seated. I guess you could do it standing up. I didn't give any direction on that. But raise your hands up. Again, your shoulders do not have to be in your ears. Give that space between your shoulders and your ears. Raise your arms up high. Reaching those fingers up. Try to get those arms back on the side of your head. They're not in front of you. Use those muscles. Stretch it out. And you're just going to turn over your right shoulder and rest your arms down. And float them back up. And do the other side. And just find that motion in there. Spiraling things, spiraling poses are great ways to detox, de-stress, de-anxious. I like the D word, huh? It's a good way to get rid of anxiety and stress with these twisting things. It's like you're wringing out all the stress. Find yourself a nice rhythm of floating back and forth And when you twist, you do want to make sure for safety that you start with the hips. So twist from the hips, the belly, the chest, then the shoulders, so that you are keeping your spine in healthy position. Don't twist at the shoulders and work your way down. Try to start the twist from the hips, then twist the belly, the rib cage, and either which way you want to do your arms, whatever helps. You can split them to the body or side to side. Might feel some heat building up, which is nice, because you do want to warm your muscles up before you stretch. That makes it feel a lot better. Makes your muscles really soft and warm so that you can stretch them further. Think about taking a rubber band out of the refrigerator and then trying to stretch it. That doesn't work too well. So warm up your muscles a little bit just to stretch them out. And let's take that one more time to the right, or whatever side you're on, and one more time to the other side. Upward salute. And just float those arms back on down to your lap. So now I'm going to set you up in your restorative pose. Nothing super amazing, because I don't know what you have available to your house. And I also want you to be empowered to do these things without all of the stuff they say you need to do yoga. I just got my couch cushion. I pulled off the couch. I'm going to sit in a straddle. And the reason we're going to use straddle is because people's hamstrings are generally the tightest. Okay, those are things that never get stretched out, are hamstrings. If you can release your hamstrings, it solves a myriad of problems. It's great for low back relief, great for sciatica, even chronic constipation, as I said, menstrual cramps. A lot of our problems just come from too tight muscles. And they're very reactive. This is a safe space for all of us. All right, so you can either use your couch cushion if you do have yoga blocks. If you do have yoga blocks, you're going to use them to put under your head once we get down into the position. And that's all we're doing. We're just going to stretch right here in this position. But wherever you are, you want to make sure that all points are completely relaxed. You don't want to be reaching for your toes. You want your arms to be relaxed wherever they are. And that's why I have this cushion. Or in a restorative yoga class, you would have a bolster, and that way you can just lay out over it, okay? So you might need more than one cushion, depending on where you are in your journey, and that's perfectly fine. But we're just gonna find your straddle, which is, putting your legs in a V. And this is the most accessible restorative pose that I can think of for today, because I don't know what you got in your house. So go ahead and find your straddle, make it nice and comfortable. Feel the stretch first. And every time you exhale, you should be able to feel yourself release further and further into your stretch. Okay, that's the physical part. The mental and spiritual part is the hardest work. Think about what it is that you want to improve in yourself. What growth is it that you need for yourself? Do you need to learn to be patient? This is restorative practice is a great practice for people who are high strung or A-types that don't know how to chill. You know what I'm saying? Your chill factor is not really there. Restorative yoga is a great way to help you get out of your head. That is really what this practice is all about. Okay, so find your straddle. Give you time to find your props. And you're just going to take it down as low as you can and where you feel a stretch. All right, you want to continue to press your tailbone out behind you. You don't want to roll over into your stretch. You want to continue to press your tailbone out and your back nice and long. Get your thought in your head. It could be something that you did not succeed at. Run it back. See where you, I don't want to say failed. It's such a hard word. Do understand that all failures are a step to success. So don't focus on the failure. Focus on what needs to change to make it a success. And that's what we're going to do. And that is how you start your growth mindset. All right, so get into your mind what it is that you want to work on, what you want to develop, and then release yourself down into your stretch until you feel it nice and strong. And then you start thinking right there about yourself. Maybe if you don't feel like it, just think about your breath. And just breathe and relax into your stretch. Every time you exhale, your body should release further and further into the stretch. That lets you know that you are submitting. I need this so I can look at y'all. That lets you know you are submitting to the stretch. Is if you feel yourself release further and further in the stretch, things you want to pay attention to are your glutes squeezing up. Keep your glutes nice and soft. Keep your thighs nice and soft. And the stretch is just happening in the hamstrings. You can feel it all the way through your glutes, maybe even into your lower back, and that's perfectly fine. All of those things are connected. It's not that that's wrong. They're all connected. Apologize, I should have started some music. We were having technical difficulties. Learning how to separate your mind from your body in a healthy way allows you to not take in other people's problems. If you're a good friend, they want to tell you about all their problems, and you have to be able to just think about it and not internalize other people's stuff. I'm an empath, so those things it's very important to learn how not to take in other people's stuff, especially when you're a healer. And that's your job, is to help people with their stuff. It's important not to take it home with you. Okay, so these types of practices help you release that and learn how to listen to something tragic. I work in the trauma community and not take it in. Keep my breath regular, not change my heartbeat, not mess up my stomach by having all the stress hormones released and now my stomach's burning and it's gurgling and all types of things because I've internalized somebody else's something. So it helps you stay aware of those things so that you can help others without taking it in personally. Or you can just breathe life into those tight muscles instead of focusing on the discomfort of them. Understand that that discomfort is actually part of your growth, and it's not a bad thing. So you want that discomfort. You want to welcome that discomfort, because if you tell your brain that it ain't no big deal, then guess what? Your brain will be like, oh, it ain't no big deal, cool. Well, let's get it. So wording is very important. Like, ooh, that hurt. Your body will respond differently if you just say, ooh, that's uncomfortable. That means I have a chance. I can make it comfortable. Pain and hurt, we think never ends. But if we say, ooh, that's uncomfortable, we can make it comfortable, and then you will do that, and your brain will allow you to make adjustments and make those things comfortable. So as you stretch into your position, every time you feel the pull go away and it's really comfortable, dig deeper, spread your legs farther apart, or move your cushion out the way or whatever it may be, and make sure you move yourself to another place of mild discomfort. And continue to check in. Are your shoulders down? Are your glutes relaxed? Are your thighs relaxed? Take a deep breath. Are you breathing or are you panting? Are you holding your breath and then taking a deep breath? Find a nice rhythm of natural breathing. And just let yourself be here. Your brain is going to want to know what comes next, because we never sit still. Nothing comes next. This is what we're doing. So just let your brain understand that we can be still sometimes. This is actually what we're doing. Because being chill is actually a muscle memory. If your body really has no idea what it feels like to relax, it's only going to relax as far as it remembers. So being chill or learning how to relax is a muscle memory, which is why you get jumpy after about a minute or two of staying still in a pose. Your body's like, okay, now what's next? Because we don't do that. Well, I do that, so my body doesn't do it. But as we learn, and some days I can't do it because my brain is just going for whatever reason. So do understand that that's okay. Just come on back. Meditation doesn't mean you won't stray off. You don't want to actually meditate on your thoughts. You want them to be like clouds. Float in and float on out. Otherwise, it's worry. So I'll shut up. Give you a second to be with yourself. Find that stretch. Try to keep your knees up to the ceiling though. Don't let them roll in because that's bad for your hips. Try to keep your knees up towards the ceiling. If you're able and can rest your hands on your legs, you can do that. We actually call this watching TV. Be productive in your TV time. This is what you can do while you're watching TV. And really release those hamstrings. It's a very accessible pose. You can focus down one leg. I'll go this way because that's where the camera is. You can focus down one leg again if you need yoga blocks to support you. Relax your glutes. Relax your shoulders. Relax your thighs. Release your neck so your head can dangle. Take a nice deep breath and really exhale and surrender to your poses. If you're on the floor, you're being completely supported, so all your muscles in your legs and your butt should be nice and relaxed. Of course, if you stretch on one side, you have to stretch on the other. You can take inventory, see what the difference is on both sides. Yes, breath is key. And of course, feel free to do this often. And it doesn't have to be at a floor. You can do the mental practice sitting at your desk. Another option is this pike sit right here. Get them both at the same time. Remembering, just like life, there isn't one way to do something. Your hamstrings and quads are multiple muscles. So you have to stretch in different ways to get all of those muscles. Just like you might have to live in different ways to get all of the results. Not be a different person. You just might have to try something new. But you have to be open to trying something new so you can get to where you're going. If not, you may never get there. So I don't know. I don't have a clock. I don't know how long I've been doing this. I could do it forever. Because I, like Julie, appreciate this time to not have to do anything but focus on me. When else do you get that time to just focus on yourself? Whether it's yourself inside of another commune, like your family, if other people live with you, even still, that's part of yourself because that's a relationship that you have to deal with. It's inside of your house. So when do you have time to really just focus on yourself? I appreciate the world stopping so I can catch up with myself and everything else and be ahead when it starts back up. It would be a terrible thing to be in the same place that you was complaining about when you had 2 weeks to move yourself forward because no one was stopping you. You didn't have to answer to anyone. So instead of focusing on how many people got COVID, just stay in the house and focus on yourself. It's not a big deal. It's really not. It's a blessing in disguise. But that's only if you choose to look at it like that. It is a blessing in disguise. Even the world appreciates it. The world has, the carbon footprint from all of us staying in the house has really increased the health of the earth. Like they showed it was really amazing. So appreciate blessings in disguise. Appreciate having a mindset that will let you open yourself up to new things so that you can be the person, get the thing, do the thing, grab the job, get the raise, get the promotion, find the husband, wife, partner, whatever it may be. Figure out why you're bad with money and can't get a car or pay a mortgage. Take the time to really appreciate this moment of stillness. Because in stillness is really where you find growth. Plants don't just shoot up out the ground. It takes time. They coil and twirl and twist before they even get out the ground. Fig trees don't even produce fruit for the first 5 years. So if you try something and immediately don't succeed, remember, fig trees don't produce fruit for the first 5 years. I just planted blueberries. I won't get no blueberries for the first 2 years. But I gotta still water that seed, take care of that blueberry plant if I ever decide that I wanna eat blueberries from something I planted. So it's really weird teaching by yourself. This is weird for me. I'm used to being in with people. So I appreciate this growth and learning how to do that. So I appreciate this time. I've reconnected with a lot of family and friends, made new friends and strengthened those relationships during this time. There's so much more you can do than focus on the panic that they're trying to make you focus on. Because honestly, you don't know what part is the truth other than people are getting sick. So stay in the house, keep yourself safe. Finish painting your room. I just painted my bedroom. I've been here 2 years and I finally got around to painting my bedroom because what else I got to do? This is what I do. So I can keep rambling on and on about growth mindsets because that's what got me through. I had a whole bunch of mental illness. Well, not a whole bunch, but a whole bunch of mental illness caused by heartache and life traumas and stresses and homelessness and heartbreak, and all of that led to PTSD. But focusing on a growth mindset released all of that. Those things are symptoms. You don't have to live with any of these things. Okay, so if you do have mental illness, please holler at me and I will help you continue with that growth mindset to release that, because it is a symptom. It is not a sentence. Okay, it is a symptom of other shit going on, and with the proper growth mindset, you can release all of those things. I'm not saying it's easy. It took me 5 years, and then like my mama said, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, some shit snaps and it's over, and that's literally what happened. So if you're having problems with this situation of being stuck in the house, this would have been a great problem for me had I not gotten control of my PTSD. I would be in a horrible space. But I'm not, because that growth mindset saved my life. And again, all of your things are just symptoms of something else. So we can talk about the symptoms, talk about it, walk it out. It's like a naturopath, a naturopath. You don't have a headache. What you have is a stress caught in your shoulders that's now causing these migraines that the doctor want to give you a pill for, but nobody walks you through why do you have migraines. It's a symptom. It's not a sentence. All right, this is what I'm here for. The healer has to know how to heal themselves, and all it has made me do is be a greater healer when you have firsthand experience with this stuff. So yeah, just holler at me, man. If this time of season or this staying in the house thing is hard for you, if you have any type of traumas, that's what I am. I am a trauma therapist here in Inglewood, part of She-Wolf. But I'm a trauma therapist everywhere, but I do work in the Inglewood community, so y'all know I know how to deal with trauma, especially my own. That's where it starts. Books are great, but nothing is a better teacher than life. And so if you have any type of trauma to deal with, any type of heartache to deal with, if you just want to hear my story, that'll make you feel better already. Let me tell you, the girl been through some stuff. But look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, okay, so, yeah, I love all y'all, and I want everybody to be happy, healthy, and whole, because there's no reason you can't be other than you don't know how to get there. And we're a community that knows how to get you there. And I'm not saying I don't have my bad days, but I know how not to make them bad weeks, bad months, and definitely no more bad years. 5 years is a long time, and I missed a lot of life. Depression wipes your brain out of a lot of things. Time goes by so fast when you're in a depressed mind state. So we don't want any of that. We don't want this situation to cause you any more mental pressures, any more emotional pressures. And we want you to find the positivity in what may seem like a bad situation. Definitely stop listening to the news and the media and focus on yourself, because at the end of the day, you can't control none of that anyway. You only have control over yourself. That's literally the truth. There's nothing else you can control. And if you can't control that, then that's why we have a lot of problems, because you can't even control yourself. So let's focus on our mind-body connection. Focus on learning how to have that growth mindset so that we can reach anything that we desire in life. Whatever it is, you'll be able to find your way there because you have that growth mindset, that champion mindset that will get you there. Won't no failure, won't no stop you or hinder you or cause you any type of negative vibes in yourself. You just can brush it off and figure out how to flip that thing and make it work for you, whatever it is. I love it. I love doing this. I'm a lover. I'm a lover of people, and I just want everybody to be happy, because if y'all ain't happy, that means you making my life shitty, and that's not what I want. So I gotta make everybody happy and give all the hugs to everybody, because I like having a happy life. And honestly, the only reason my life ever sucks is because of everybody else. So I gotta heal all of y'all just so I can have a happy life. I don't know what you want, but I want a happy life, which means all y'all need to be happy, healthy, and whole, feel good about yourself, so that then you can treat me with all the love and kindness and light that I desire to live in. That's it. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Happy to hear more, Ryan. When the world starts back up, or if you find me streaming online, I'll do better at letting y'all know. If you like my woo, that's not super spiritual hood wellness, real straight up talk, then yeah, find me Ia, the holistic artist, or at Space Inglewood. Tomorrow I'll be doing Afro Soul Yoga, so you can just fight it out in a dance and dance your way to Namaste if that's what you like. That'll be at 4:30. And I will be posting a restorative yoga joint that you can follow on your own. And scene.